When my dad died, the doctor told us that loneliness also played a major part in his passing. Keep on watching to find out how. Welcome back to my channel, The Bible with Tina. Today I'm going to talk about social capital. What is social capital? The capital in this case, it does not mean money. You know, when you're looking for capital to start a business, it kind of means value. So social capital is like friendships, the value of friendships. It's like networks, the value of networks. An example would be you moved into a new neighborhood and your neighbor came to introduce themselves to you. You know, they came around with their cakes and tea, and they saw all these paintings hanging on your wall. So they asked, you know, do you paint? Are you an artist? These are excellent. And you say, yes, you are. So they say, okay, I have a friend who has an art gallery. I could introduce you so you can take some of your work there, you know, to be shown. And so that way your work's now hanging in that gallery. So social capital is you've now met this gallery owner through your neighbor. So it's a social network, it's a connection, so to speak. So when we're in schools, we're building social capital, you know, other students. That's how you become friends. In the church, that's also a social capital. You build networks with all these people at work, your colleagues, in a club. So there's so many different ways that people build and develop and maintain this social capital. No man is an island. God knows this, and that's why he said in Genesis that it is not good for man to be alone. He's going to make a helpmeet for Adam, because he saw we were all created in God's image. We are social beings right from birth. You notice little kids, they have this anxiety when they don't see their parents, even if you're just hiding. Once they can't see you, they're scared. So we are social beings. God, you know, the Trinity, they interact as one. Is a social God. Even if you're praying for a job, God is not going to come down and hand you the job on a platter. He will use somebody, and you never know. There was a story of an incident in the church where this man, he reserved the seat for his wife, and she was late coming to church. So a woman told him to move the bag so she could sit there, and he reluctantly did, and he was quite rude to her because he wasn't happy. But that was the rules of that church, that you don't reserve a seat. If they're late, they should sit at the back. So he had the baby, and the baby was whining. So she offered to help him carry the child. And she was, you know, petting the baby and asked him, what do you do? And he said, I'm in between jobs at the moment, so we're quite struggling. It's so hard. And she said, okay, this is my business card. See me tomorrow in the office. So he went there. She was the CEO of that company, and they offered him a huge contract which changed his life forever. These are like social capital. You never know who can help, so you don't need to look down on anyone. Anybody can be in that position to help. Even a homeless person can help. You could be lost in the city, you don't know where to go, it's getting dark, you're scared. A homeless person might be able to tell you where you're going. So don't look down on anyone. I was in a church, and it was through the pastor of that church I met my husband. My husband was not even in London, but he was in the branch of that church in Ghana. The pastor here connected with the pastor there, and that was how we came together. It was through connections. Social capital. You know, you meet somebody through somebody through somebody, and that's you looking for a job. I could know somebody who's looking for somebody. So social capital is just this connection between humans, networking between humans, because you just do not know. When I was in the church hurt back in 2017, because there was that fragmentation, it was really difficult for me. If I did not have my husband and my children to go back to, I don't know where I would have been. So there's so many people out there who are lonely. I've just applied to be a befriender with the Red Cross. So I'll be calling up these lonely, vulnerable people about maybe twice a week just to chat with them, and that should give them like a purpose for living. They should look forward to my calls. We'll chat. I'll ask them how is their day and stuff like that. So as I said at the beginning, loneliness killed my dad because he was living alone in Nigeria. I'm over here in the UK with my younger sister. The other siblings, they all have their own lives, and so they saw him just infrequently. But my dad was like a social person. He always wants people around. He wants grandkids around, but there was no one there for him. So in the end, he died of loneliness, with other sicknesses, of course. But the doctor said that kind of quickened his death. So if you see any lonely person next to you, your neighbor, pop in once in a while, with a piece of cake and a chat. Most of these people just want someone to talk to. We have an old people's home near where we live. Sometimes when I'm walking, you see these elderly people, they will say hello to you. I always stop and they just chat and say, how are you? That's all they want, that's all they want. And at the end of our conversation, you can see them happy. You can see the smile that somebody actually took their time to say hello and stuff. So this social capital, in a nutshell, is just the relationship, the networking between people, and you don't know who can help you. Some people might watch my YouTube channel and recommend me to someone else and say, go and watch this Tina's channel. You might be able to help. They might reach out and say, do you want to collaborate, or we want you to come and teach in this place, stuff like that. Anybody can help you, so don't look down on anyone. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Bye.